What up, world? R.I.C.H coming right back at you. Listen, tonight we gotta talk about something that should have been a celebration, but it turned into a scene of fear, chaos, and heartbreak. A high school homecoming game. The one time everybody's supposed to get together. Students, families, coaches, band members, all there to celebrate pride and community. But in Leland, Mississippi, that celebration turned into a tragedy. 4 people killed, 12 more injured. All in a crowd that was just watching a football game. Reports say it happened just after midnight, right there on Main Street as crowds were still out just after the game. Gunshots erupted out of nowhere and people started running for their life. Witnesses say some of them were hiding in the trunks of their own cars. Others dropped to the ground and crawled behind parked vehicles. This is not a war zone. This was homecoming.
I'm here in downtown Leland where tragedy struck overnight. What started as a night of celebration ended in chaos. A mass shooting left 6 people dead and several critically injured. I spoke with city officials and eyewitnesses about what they know so far.
On last night, we had a great loss, and we also found out that we have 16 people that were gunned down on last night, which 12 of them were taken to the hospital and 4 of them were dead.
4 people died at the scene in downtown Leland, not far from Main Street. 2 other victims died Saturday morning at separate hospitals. The shooting happened just after the city's homecoming celebrations ended. While the events were separate, the violence has rocked the entire community.
Proceeded to go outside. There were bodies. There were people standing around. There was blood coming from people's rears and backs, side, arm, head. And when you get out, it was like Beirut. It was the most horrific scene I've ever seen.
Some attendees say security throughout the night felt inconsistent, raising concerns about event safety.
Even when we left out of tailgate and I went to go put something in my car and come back, we didn't have to go back through the metal detectors. Then one guy was like, yeah, they need to go back. So that was a red flag for me too.
At this time, no suspect has been identified, and this is still an ongoing investigation. Police are urging anyone with information to come forward.
18-year-old Tyler Jared Goodlow is now in custody. Jasper County Sheriff's Department posted his mugshot earlier today. Officials say he was arrested without incident after tips came in from citizens. The mayor of Leland, John Lee, confirmed that the shooting broke out on the strip. He said he's deeply saddened by the tragedy that unfolded in his city. And I believe him because you could hear the shock in his voice. 4 people had to be airlifted to hospitals. At least a dozen more were hurt. And as of right now, their conditions haven't been updated. And this is what's wild. This wasn't the only shooting in Mississippi that night. There were 2 more. One in Leland, another one in Heidelberg, where 2 kids were killed on a school campus. And a 3rd incident at South Delta High in Rolling Fork. Mississippi was rocked that night. It was supposed to be homecoming Friday. Instead, it felt like a Friday night war. In Leland, witnesses say it all happened fast. People were smiling, laughing, taking pictures, and then boom. Gunshots erupted. Someone yelled, "Get down." And just like that, the celebration was gone. There's a video floating around online. One woman saying she had to hide in a stranger's car trunk just to stay alive. She was crying saying, "Thank God I'm okay. We were supposed to be having fun." That one line hurts. We were supposed to be having fun. And that was the truth right there. This was a Friday night lights moment. Something every kid in the South looks forward to all year. Now people got to plan funerals. Mothers got to bury their children. And an entire community is left asking why. Law enforcement says they're still investigating. No motive has been released yet, but we know this much. 4 lives are gone, 12 others are hurt, and for what? The suspect, Goodlow, is only 18. He ain't even lived enough life to know what he just threw away. And now his name's gonna be attached to this tragedy forever. And I ain't here to preach tonight. I'm not here to throw out the usual talking points and cliches. I'm just here to lay out the facts, cause the facts alone are heavy enough. There's a whole city in Mississippi that will never be the same. A small town that lost its innocence in a matter of minutes. Parents who will never again feel safe watching their kid play ball. And it ain't just in Mississippi. This could have been anywhere. Memphis, Atlanta, Chicago, New York. This is what happens across the country at events that should unite us. We've hit a point where celebration is a risk, and that should never be normal. In the midst of all of this, the mayor said something simple that stuck in my mind. I'm deeply saddened. Not angry, not political. I'm sad. And that's exactly what this is. Sad. Nothing else to dress it up as. So here's what I'll say. I'm praying for Leland. I'm praying for every parent who lost or had a child hurt in this incident. And I'm praying for the kids who will never see a homecoming game the same way again. 4 dead, 12 injured, 1 in custody. And a city trying to put pieces back together that should have never been broken. Look, we all got to do better. Law enforcement, police officers, the community, we all got to start valuing each other's lives. We got to stop turning our joy into headlines. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe. Establish Rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.